These three pieces were all based around this middle piece, which was a combination of photo I took in Philadelphia of a very peaceful looking window and also a photo I took of a really busy street in New York. And I really wanted to combine them to create this kind of juxtaposition of being in a very peaceful room, dark with the lacy curtain and kind of like a light breeze, but then outside you're looking at this really busy New York street. So I combined those, overlaid the images and worked around and made the inside of the room look really quite dark, and so you couldn't see any of the street, and it just looked like the street was coming through this window and these translucent curtains, which I think works really well as a piece on its own. But then I kind of wanted to develop it a little bit further. So on the left here I used a light box and I printed the piece onto acetate in A3, and then I was looking through for magazine pages and I found this one on the left here, and I really liked the little image and the colours and the pattern that were playing in that image, which I think they give the New York street window kind of photo a much lighter feeling, a much sunnier feeling, which is really nice, new twist on it. And then these words are really interesting around it, so it feels like this strange collage, and I think that worked really well just as an overlay and almost looks like I think it looks like an outcome on its own. And then I wanted to put a little bit more work onto the one on the right, so I pulled images out of lots of different magazines and cut them into shapes, and I glued them onto the back of this piece of acetate. And then I did the same thing, putting it on a light box and seeing how the images shine through and kind of play through each other. And I think this worked really well as well, the colours overlapping. Although I do think you get less of the original photo in this image, I do think it works really nicely and it kind of matches the colours of the other pieces.